morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for giving me this opportunity to present Good Libations. As you'll see, we create timeless spirits, and so we'd prefer for you not to be drinking coffee right now. But hopefully you'll hear in the next 6 minutes what we do, and then we'll open up the floor, and I look forward to the discussion that ensues. So Good Libations, we're a food science company, and we serve the distiller industry. So last week we actually had a distiller actually present. They're a target customer of ours. Our company has the exclusive license for the worldwide rights for a patent application that was developed at the University of Minnesota. And our IP actually covers all distilled spirits, whiskeys, gins, rums, etc. It's a broad international patent, and it was filed in 2014. Our potential market is in the range of $300 to $450 million in terms of what our potential sales could be, and that's focused primarily in the United States, even though we have an international application. We're in the process of raising $400,000 for the business, and we are Angel Tax Credit eligible. We create timeless spirits. What does that mean? We help our customers deliver smoother, better tasting product quicker. So as we listened to our distiller last week, our distiller was talking about setting up a still don't have theirs set up, putting product in barrels, letting it age over time and becoming a better product. What we do is accelerate that aging process. So instead of distilled spirits sitting in a barrel for 5 years or 10 years, we basically can help them create a good tasting spirit overnight. And so we reduce the production cycle times significantly, at least 4 times. Channel pull-through, we actually help them create a better tasting product. And one of the challenges for the small distillers, for example, is to get their product on the shelf and actually have a product that tastes so good to you that you're going to come, well, you're going to drink a lot of it. And second, you're going to come back and purchase more. And so they continue to get that pull-through. The third value proposition that we offer the distillers is higher margins. We can create a high-end product line for them, so they could have a basic product line, they could have a high-end product line, and when you have a high-end distilled spirits, the dollar value of that distilled spirit basically doubles. There are 4 layers in the market, and it doubles. So coming out of the same barrel, if they could double the price that they actually charge because it's a better tasting spirit, their profit margin it starts to improve exponentially. So we have some nice value propositions. The science behind it, we actually use all organic, natural, food-grade products to replicate what normally happens in a barrel. So as you think about a barrel, barrels have chemicals in them. And as the barrels heat up and cool down, the distilled spirits move in and out of the pores of the barrel, and the composition of that spirit changes. What our food scientists did was they said we should be able to replicate that process of what happens in a barrel without using a barrel. And so this is just an example of it. If you look at the top line curve, that's the distilled spirit of the curve of the original product. Basically, as we start to apply our technologies, our organic food-grade products, we're able to change that curve. Now, in this example, hexanol is a really nasty-tasting byproduct that comes as part of a distilled spirit. So what we want to do is decrease that to the point where our palate can't taste it. And so what we do scientifically is we take every distilled spirit, we basically profile that using gas chromatographs, and then we start to target the good taste and the bad taste and accentuate that. And so we're coming up with custom formulations for the distilled spirits to optimize the taste of that product. We've been out doing market research tests with distillers, because it doesn't matter whether I like the spirit or not. It's really up to the distiller, because they're trying to come up with their own unique taste and flavor that is the reason that you come and buy their spirit. So we've been working with distillers in our market taste tests, and these are some of the quotes that have come back from them. The first one, I remember when the guy says, "Now that's my whiskey." Kind of going, well, it's all your whiskey. And he goes, no, that's what I would expect my whiskey to taste like if my 6-month-old whiskey had actually been in a barrel for 4 or 5 years. Now that's a huge compliment, because basically you're saying your baby that you worked really hard for doesn't taste nearly as good as what I could do with this custom formulation in 36 hours. This second guy said, I'm very surprised. In fact, the only reason we got in front of him was because his investor insisted that we work with him. He didn't want to meet with us. He says, I'm very surprised. This sample delivers a rich, integrated smell, taste, and burn that I'd expect from a mature whiskey. This whiskey was only 6 months old. It had only been in a barrel for 6 months. So we've been out doing market research tests. We've been working with distillers, and our process, our sales process, is basically back to kindergarten. Other than recess, my favorite part of kindergarten was show and tell. So what we do is we go in and ask the distiller, we tell them what our concept is. We ask the distiller, will they give us a bottle of hooch? And it could be gin, it could be rum, it could be whiskey, whatever that they're not quite happy with. Give us a bottle of your hooch. We're going to come and develop some samples. We're going to come back and do a taste test. And the requirement is you tell us whether you think the stuff that we've developed for you actually tastes better than the stuff that you developed on your own. If it does, then we're going to continue to have conversations. And that's where these quotes start to come from. Our market entry strategy, whiskey. Whiskey has to be stored for a long time to actually create a good whiskey. All of the micro distilleries like the one we heard from last week, and there are 600 micro distilleries that are supposed to go up to 1,200 over the next 5 years. They haven't been in business long enough to have a good whiskey. They haven't been in business that long. So we can help them with whiskeys, but we're also picking up their gins and their rums and things. So it's an $8 billion annual market. Whiskey is about a third of the distilled spirits business. And if you've read, the Japanese and the Chinese absolutely love American whiskeys. And so they're just flying off the shelf, and there are challenges to get enough whiskey in the marketplace. We would love to help. We're targeting micro distillers. There's around 600 now nationally. They have a very low market share. So just like we heard about the brewery business, the craft brewery industry, they're now selling about 1 out of every 10 beers are craft brewers. The distillers are way behind that. Right now they're about 2% of the market, but expected to grow substantially. So other revenue streams that we have, we do have consulting fees associated with that. And then we're also looking over time to move beyond the micro distillers to move to some of the larger distillers. We don't think the large distillers are interested in us right now, just because the large distillers use that time in the barrel as a huge barrier to the little guys coming in to the market. So we don't think that will be a marketplace for us for a few years to come. So we believe over the next 5 years, we'll go to being a $5 billion company. We just started the company in May. We've just figured out how to manufacture product. We're in the process right now of securing our first customer contracts. And so we've got a lot of the things that are going on from a startup standpoint, but we're very encouraged by where we're at this point. We're very encouraged by the feedback that we've had from the distillers that we've been meeting with, and so we feel like this could be a very nice business going forward. I'll open it up to all of you. My partner, Dan Fisher, he'll help me answer questions. So questions, comments, a couple different things. I know in our format, I'm supposed to say, what do I want out of this? One, from all of you, I'd like for you to drink. And but more specifically, I'd like for you to drink local. One of the problems that we hear from all of the distillers is it's very difficult for them to get product on the shelf. And so if they get distribution, but they don't get us to buy their product, they're going to lose distribution. And we probably have around 15 to 20 distillers in Minnesota. They definitely need us to drink and drink local. So instead of drinking Jack, start drinking some of the local stuff. That would help. The second reason that we're here today, we know that there's a lot of bright people in the room. that can help us think about our business. What's missing? What are the things that you would need to know or would like to know that could help us think through our business better, because it's just 4 of us that are working on this right now. The ability to have group think really quickly is a definite possibility. So your questions will be very important.